Ooh, Bloodseeker.
Huh.
One who welcomes the fight with open arms, I guess, if Gyro's running in, but interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he loves to pick up like a blade mail, which is a great item in this patch, and just run into a gyro. You can rupture the gyro who has fast move speed. It's and of course the Weaver. I mean that it goes without saying that Bloodseeker, who can do damage based on how fast somebody's going, counters Weaver, who runs 1,000 move speed. It's a great Bloodseeker pick, but you don't see it that often in this patch for whatever reason. At least not in SANA.
Yeah, it feels very niche in a lot of cases. Certainly in America, I've not seen too much of it, but it has its rightful spot, and making a strong case for it here looks pretty good. But we got final bans to come. It looks like the mid lane matchup is what is going to be slated for both sides, putting a lot of priority into that. Final pick is going to be the Beast Coast, so they have the option to really have a strong mid lane OD ban. That's something else. OD has not been considered really a strong pick at all.
Yeah,
Did get a very minor buff.
it did get a buff. It did get a buff. Maybe it's okay. It's okay. Maybe people are thinking like it does feel like one of those heroes that could possibly be still good, but it just fell off because it got so many nerfs. But maybe teams think like, OD's probably still good, and then with the buff, maybe it actually became like for sure a good pick. But I don't know. Sometimes that happens with heroes where they kind of fall off because people are bored of playing them and they got nerfed, and then they come back a couple patches later. Maybe OD's within that category. Probably not, but maybe.
So wild. I mean, they have last pick, so even if FURIA picked an OD, I feel like they would have a pick to just destroy it if they wanted to. But they're like,
That's true.
we don't want OD at all. I don't know. When I think of OD, it's like, what does that say? Are they trying to get like a Razor or something in the mid lane? I guess Razor's not great against Bloodseeker if he's super fast. What else is like owns? What else does OD typically just own in a game? Like Dusa? Didn't OD used to own Dusa as a possible?
It did, yeah. It doesn't steal mana anymore, so it doesn't really own. It doesn't own these like mana heroes. I think it's good if you have like a Weaver, like they have a Weaver core and a Gyro core. It's like two Agi cores, so
Okay.
the fact that OD does damage based on like the difference between his mana and yours makes it so that these cores can definitely die to him. I was gonna say, I'm surprised there's not a lot of Brood and Huskar and Meepo picks in this tournament.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
For some reason, it's just those cheese heroes just seem to get completely ignored.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of cheesiness in the aspect of these teams doing these quick 180 roll swaps and putting, unconventional lanes with heroes that we would normally not see, like 5-position Death Prophet, and then Ember suddenly emerging as a 4-position. And they're stepping away from doing the old cheesy stuff like you're talking about. But FURIA, they get a sniff of some sort of cheese. They're worried about the Huskar. They ban that out, and they will decide on Templar Assassin as a strong mid laner who should be able to, swing it out with the best of them. We may see a DK come out. Isn't DK typically decent against Templar Assassin? And it pairs nicely with Gyro.
I like the Razor suggestion that you made. I feel like Razor against TA would be pretty solid. I mean, it destroys TA in the lane and good against Beast and Bloodseeker too. It's two melee heroes, but God, who knows? Who knows? You could Meepo if you want to go real crazy. I know Chris Luck's a big Meepo fan.
Oh yeah, that's right. But and these teams will, if I'm trying to remember right, they can go pretty all in these drafts and pick something that they feel should just commandingly win these lanes. And unfortunately for them, I've seen it kind of fall a bit short, and it was almost a gamble to kind of go all in that aspect. So I'm curious.
Batrider. I'm thinking Batrider.
Yeah.
I feel like this is... Oh, no, it's banned. I'm dumb. Okay, GG.
Ooh, what?
Okay, Gyro mid, Weaver carry maybe? Or... Sand King mid does own TA if you really wanted to do Sand King mid.
I know, that's like me stewing the idea of like, oh, maybe they'll pull out Jakiro mid. But I don't say that because that sounds crazy. But then they do something like a Sand King mid, then I'm like, damn, I should just spout anything out. It seems like anything can go and anything can work. But I don't want to speak too soon here. Chris Luck DK is mid, so it's not Gyro mid. DK picks Gyro. DK's got to be playing for Hector, I guess, then. So he's going to be core and Gyro. Is Chris Luck playing Clock mid? Is he playing Sand King mid? Is he playing Weaver mid? He's playing Weaver mid. Unless they're swapping roles. And Red Monster, I think Red Monster stepped over. I honestly don't know. Without Schofield here either, who was typically the 4 position, right? it's hard to say. Whisper is off lane, so he is off
Definitely
lane
off
Sand
lane.
King. Okay, Sand King, Clockwork lane, or Sand
Yeah, no,
King? Yeah.
I think it's Sand Clockwork. Probably maybe Chris Luck is just playing in a side lane right now and letting like maybe DK's like a mid player. He's letting him go mid because I feel like Snapfire Weaver is pretty good. You can cookie after invis.
Oh yeah.
Gyro can do really well against TA. Although Weaver might do okay in that matchup.
Yeah, there's so much little bits of synergy that could help. It's like, yeah, if Snapfire goes with Weaver, it's like you got the cookie to bail out, and you got Scoochie Cookie to get away from problems. That sounds great. But also Cookie with Clockwork getting in there with the battery
With
assault, that
Gyro
sounds dope.
too.
With Gyrocopter, that sounds great. With Sand King, that
Sand
sounds
King,
even
that sounds
good.
good. Yeah, it
It's
sounds
just
good with
like,
everything.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, either of those, maybe the Sand King to match up against the Beastmaster also sounds really nice, but that would make for unconventional laning if they were trying to flip it out. I don't know. This series is as much of a question mark even after the draft. Before we even started the series, I didn't know what was going to happen, and I'm still questioning what the hell is happening, and we're about to start the game. That's the kind of Dota I like, though. So I hope I get to see some real innovative shit here.
Oh, it looks like it is Weaver mid for Chris Luck.
All right, the Weaver
Against
versus TA.
And Sand King's safe lane with an aggro with Gyro and Snapfire into the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, they want to put the Sand King against the Beastmaster. That is just, it feels like a really strong matchup for him. And I guess if they can, are they going to go full aggro? I'm curious if they're going to go full aggro or not. For now, obviously, going to guard out the bounties a bit.
Yeah, they can definitely, play for the first minute, like couple of minutes of the game down here with Clockwork because the first wave in the safe lane is just directly in front of the tower. So Whisper doesn't need any help at that point. So you may as well just start as a try.
What is the items, though? Red Monster's got a windlace. No full commitment to boot, no headdress, no Bassie.
That kind of makes me feel like he wants to try lane down here because he's got like these kind of regen items as well as the boots equivalent, the windlace. Like you're right, it's like a half committal between I'm gonna go laning items and I'm gonna go roaming items.
Yeah, very peculiar. We'll see if he ends up hanging around. He grabs the outpost and will swing around the corner. They get a ward in the mid lane, but so is the other side. I think it was pinged out.
Yeah, both the mids.
Okay, well, Clockwork gonna hang here for now. Stinger grabs the bounty and will be going to the bottom lane. So they really want to pressure Analog here on that Bloodseeker as much as possible. Look at, Clockwork is also one of those great kind of supports to put up a fight when you have these cores trying to pull the creeps. I mean, he'll just chase you down with battery assault, really make your life a living hell. But, here he's just keeping this core in check. Look at Bloodseeker. He's got to run all the way back?
He does because Sexy Fat's heading bot, so they're trying to lane swap.
Oh, yeah.
Red Monster's not allowing it.
Trying to make it as slow and as difficult as possible, but like you mentioned, this Beastmaster does not want to square up against the Sand King. We'll have to see if they do another audible change or not. He gets welcomed to the lane with a rocket to the face. As DK says,
Analog
what's up?
just TP'd. Analog TP top. That means if Sand King TP's bot, Bloodseeker's stuck top.
All right, we'll see if Whisper will hang around or not. For now, he's like at his lonesome. But look at Red Monster. He's shifting up through the mid lane. Maybe they're hoping to go for a courier snipe. Maybe he's going cross country. We'll have to see. As it's a bit of an audible change. Still a bit awkward, even for the Bloodseeker to deal with this top matchup. Obviously with Sandstorm, Sand King can kind of get in there and still creep a lot of CS, and the Caustic will be annoying.
They don't have any sentries though, so Whisper's pretty thankful about that.
Yeah. Oh, but they do quickly jump onto him, and there's the lift pullback, and that should be the end of it. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to somehow creep on the side, but it don't matter. First blood going to go to Heiko as they take down the Sand King. We'll see if he jumps right back to the bottom lane now, and they do a change up at all, or if he wants to hang with it.
It's hard to lane as a Sand King versus a Bloodseeker because even when you've maxed out Sandstorm, he puts the blood right down directly on top of it, and you have to walk out of your Sandstorm.
True.
And this hero is all about the Sandstorm ability. It's not about Burrow. It's not about Caustic. It's all about staying in Sandstorm now.
And they're diving through this bottom lane. DK Gyrocopter is getting the bulk of the CS in this lane. There's 11 CS. Beastmaster on this side just trying to string together his third CS as they're confidently diving all the way through the tower. As we see a takedown, Chris Luck able to get the finish onto Mini and top. I catch the back end of that one. Whisper falls again to Heiko at the top lane. It's a disaster up there right now. And then for mid lane, they do manage to take down the TA. Chris Luck gets a solo kill on this mid lane Weaver.
I don't know, how does that happen? I feel like that's a hard kill.
I don't know, but I can't stay in one place too long anywhere. Bottom lane, they are just confidently moving through the tower. Big Inkswell though from Duster, and he takes it right back to Red Monster, and everybody comes crashing down this bottom lane. That is the kind of crazy bar fighting action I hope to see in this kind of game.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I like that. Poor Whisper this whole time too. He's just slowly walking his way top because he's got no TP.
That's your walk of shame, folks. The long no TP trudge back, and he's going to be just outshined in XP by a wide margin at this point. It's going to be very difficult. Going to go for the solo creep pull and try to make that work. Bottom a bit of a crazy place here, as TA's already jungle farming on the side. She's what, level 4, a little over 4.5, as Chris Luck is about to get to his level 5. Weaver took a kind of a small nerf in a sense of the move speed. His, with the boots change now being non-percentage, he doesn't give as much of a benefit when he does his Sakuchi, if you know what I mean. Sakuchi being a big movement boost.
Right.
I mean, later on when he gets that crazy Sakuchi movement speed, like it seemed nuts with the percentage boots. But now that's going to seem a bit different, a bit slower.
Yeah, definitely. It was too much before, though. You could go like 1,000 with that talent.
And I think even, Darkseer's the other one. His Surge he's not going to feel as crazy fast having Surge and the percent boots.
Right.
Dives on mid lane, potentially. Heiko's here, looking to go for Chris. Gets the toss back under the tower, but he's still... Sakuchi's up and out the other side. They can't quite finish him off. He's playing with fire here, though.
He's got to be careful.
They had a sentry there. And one bad Fade Bolt. Hiya! Oh, it's not enough damage. It's only a level 2 Fade Bolt, and it still doesn't seem to do enough.
God damn.
God, what's happening? Bottom. Catch the back end of that one. Stinger getting approached. Sexy Fat able to score that kill. And Red Monster says, we're out for blood, baby. Diving deep with the battery assault. Needs more. Can't quite get it. Duster looks to block him off, and he gets the salve handoff. And heals on up. And now Monster being shoved into a corner. Sexy Fat says, let me at him. I want vengeance. Moves in, chops him down. DK thinking about going for redemption, but that Inkswell creep, that Inkswell boar, real nice play, and they'll take him too. Oh no, Beast Coast. That lane was the hot stuff for you, and unfortunately, that does not help things at all. And now it feels like it's only Chris Luck's mid lane that seemed to be going pretty well for Beast Coast at the moment.
I love that Gyro goes in after his support already died. He's like, okay, I'm done farming. Time to die.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't want to commit in at the get-go, but we'll have to make the trip all the way back down to the lane. And they're going to get some assistance, it looks like. Red Monster makes his return, and they'll have the tri-lane yet again. How's Whisper's recovery going? He's stacking jungle camps and doing the jungle Sand King thing. We haven't seen this in quite a few years, but Whisper needs some farm somewhere. And as you can guess, Bloodseeker is going insane. So 37 and 25 in the top lane.
Yeah, he's a big boy. And with the constant battling going on, too, he has thirst move speed for days. He's running at 460.
Bottom lane. It's bottom lane, as you can guess. Constant action and brawling means that they'll always have this low life. They don't have easy access to sustain. As they finish off Stinger, DK going to get muscled back a bit. Checking out mid lane, Chris Luck also going to be a bit low as TA is able to get some lingering damage. I cut back to bottom, and it's DK in trouble. The cogs from Monster help, but they can't quite fight the exit path, and they'll still be able to get the gyro finish. Duster will be next. And now Chris Luck scores a double kill with his rotation from that mid lane.
Nice little rotation from him, and now he can just kind of plant himself down here, give us support mid. Because, I mean, realistically, TA's just going to hit jungle creeps anyway. He can be really active with this Weaver, but TA can't really be that active.
Yeah. Oh,
This is a nice way to take an advantage.
Little cookie forward, got some solo XP in that mid lane during Chris Luck's departure to the bottom, but now DK gonna hang in mid lane. Starts things off with a
They're gonna go
rocket.
for it.
There's the shot. Red Monster can't quite get in there. And without his help, they can't stop that TA from just walking out from trouble. Bottom, Chris Luck going deep here, taking it to Sexy Fat. Doesn't have the mana for the time lapse, so can't get too excited. Just gloves for now. As they take the outpost top lane, Whisper stuns in for Analog, but Analog always so damn fast. Now that he's got those phase boots, it's going to be a tough one to catch. I'm surprised to not see him really go on the move yet. He's got his Rupture. He's had lots of free farm in the top lane. I would await his TP to a different lane to possibly make some Rupture plays.
Yeah, you would think. He did rupture Whisper. He's been rupturing Whisper a couple of times just to kind of push him out of the lane, and did manage to secure the tower because of that. So it's something. But yeah, I would say probably a kill on this Weaver is something that you're pretty excited about at this point. Like this Chris Luck Weaver is just about the only thing that looks like it's going to carry.
DK eating a lot of hard damage in the mid lane as he trades it out with the TA, and it will force him all the way back to the lane. But yeah, you're right. Whisper's forced out from the lane. He's actually all the way down the bottom lane now. Does get to his level 6. Not looking to level up the epicenter quite yet. And he will opt to go for the Veil first and foremost. You know, banking that they can use the clockwork, I assume, as his level 6 to get these fights started. And he can follow it up. But, getting fights started. Sexy Fat rolling in. Primal Roar. Nice stun from Whisper. Could bail out Stinger, but Duster chases it down with the Ink Swell and gets the finish there. Whisper trying to get a bit of redemption. Muscling down Duster, has the Burrow Strike. One more right click, and that will be the kill.
You know, I remember a period where Beast Coast was picking a lot of Sand King for Whisper. I recall a period where he was like the Sand King to watch in South America. So it's interesting to see him back on the hero, even though it's kind of dog in this patch. Good game for it though. Very good game for Sand King.
Seems to be working pretty good for now. As Analog is getting chased down. Call down not going to be super effective. Homing missile still out as we see trades on the other lane. We'll keep action here as the return Rupture. But that immediate TP and Red Monster's gone. Just like that. And as mentioned, you know, in exchange at that same moment, we did see the takedown of Sexy Fat as Chris Luck scores another kill for his Weaver. He's now 4-0, scoring a couple of bounties.
He's being really active on this mid Weaver. It's definitely needed in this game. He's would be farming against a Bloodseeker who had a free lane and a TA.
Yeah, I mean,
otherwise,
we've seen plenty of mid laners who do try to adventure these side lanes and make kills happen, and even when they've been successful, suddenly trail far behind their opposing mid laner who begins to take over. And here he's still out-leveling and outpacing the TA, whether that be to his credit on being successful on these ganks or to his teammates on continuing to add the pressure on the TA and not make it easy for her on the mid lane. We're seeing a chase, though, top lane on the DK right now as his gyrocopter is in trouble. Yep.
Slowly but surely. Just a little far out of position. I mean, they call this the dead lane for a reason. Oh, they killed Chris Luck.
Oh, man, I did not quite make it there in time, but it looks like Chris Luck, you know, already committing that time lapse earlier means there's an opportunity to get the jump on the bug, and they do so. I imagine had the vision to chase him down and get the finish, and that will score them the tier 1 kill. Red Monster locks down Sexy Fat under the Mortar Kisses. It does cost him his own life, but look at this. Sexy Fat secures a triple kill, sniping that KS with his boar, set up by Mini. And they may not be done yet. Just going to be a little steal of the rocket barrage, but the glyph is going to be committed, and we could see the turn of FURIA now. And Chase is on. Chris Luck's back. They move in. There's the stun. Right clicks, refraction, and there's the finish. Oh, I thought the Centaur may have taken that, but looks like they are going to be able to get the finish on that one, taking Mini down. And Chase continues. Heiko being followed by Red Monster means Chris Luck can move in. He steals the Sakuchi, though. Oh, they dropped the ward, but it's too late. He's out the other direction.
That was sweet. That was really cool. He does the little juke around. I didn't even know you could walk there in that little path over there. It
Damn.
looks like there's barely any room by those trees.
He slides right through them, and now he's good. He's got a TP scroll. He can heal up, and he'll be fine.
Although
Oh,
Whisper,
God, I spoke too soon. The poor guy trying to fade bolt the wave back. The second he does so, Whisper's like, I got Blink. Blinks in and just kills him.
I love the blink rush on Whisper. I feel like if he goes Veil, that's just delaying the blink for another few minutes, which could be enough time for Furia to kind of get too big to handle. So I like that they pick up the blink and he can immediately start fighting.
Totally agree. See Sexy Fat get the roar kill onto Stinger. Nothing much more about it. They just easily outnumbered. Had plenty of reinforcements here, and we're able to get the catch on Little Granny Snapfire. As Furia are inching ahead here. Top 3 net worth all belong to them. They are at a 3K net worth advantage overall.
DK, you are way out of position.
This guy, who the hell is this guy? He just keeps putting himself way into enemy territory. Just can't seem to read where is safe and where is not safe. They do not have too much defensive vision in this area to know what could be around the corner. Maybe could be a crazy bait to work with later on, but for now, they end up swinging it out. Red Monsters comes in from behind and gets the trap on the Sexy Fat. Call down's there, but here comes Analog now with that ridiculous move speed trying to slash away. Whisper trying to hide under the Sandstorm, but he gets chopped up. That's a double kill. And he's looking to go for the triple, but Mini will snipe that one down. And a lot of Beast Coast members begin crumbling below.
Sexy Fat, he survives.
Wow, makes it away, gets the salve. Chris Luck will not be able to snipe that one. He somehow makes it out with his own life. Already ult had been committed. A huge win for Furia. They take no losses. Beast Coast lose 4.
Starts looking almost okay there for Beast Coast, and then all of a sudden Analog comes in, and he just wreaks havoc. Honestly, I was going to say with this Furia lineup, no offense to Murdoch or RDO or anything like that, but I think Analog's a fantastic player. He is just one of the standout pub players in NASA right now. He does a lot of content with D2 Bowie on Bowie's channel on YouTube.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you're basing this on this game alone, but yeah, okay, I guess you must have had some pub run-ins with him or watched him plenty.
He's really solid. I would legitimately like to see him on a real team like this at some point. So
yeah,
it's good to see him standing out here.
He's number 1 in net worth right now on that Bloodseeker as Sexy Fat, his teammate, scores another takedown on Coach Red Monster. Beast Coast, they may be hemorrhaging more kills here. They caught out Stinger. Whisper could be next. They catch him with the silence. They have the dust on the high ground. Does it spot him? It does, but Whisper able to blink away. DK in a nearby pocket. A buyback had to be forced out from the Snapfire now, anticipating that they might have to take this fight, I guess. Seems like Furia. Furia just posturing up in that position. He just bought back, and now he's getting tipped by the opponents. That can't feel good for Stinger. That one stings.
This looks like they're gonna go high ground possibly.
Any reason not to? This is a snowball-y kind of a lineup. Doesn't get much better than now. They have a catapult. They have the Beastmaster creeps. Okay, coming in from behind is going to be Beast Coast, looking to hold the line if possible. Firing forward is going to be DK, is going to be Clockwork, but they both get overpowered and finish off in the back lines. And this could be the towel for Beast Coast if they cannot hold confidently here. Wow, Whisper. Beautiful snipe play there, taking out the Grimstroke, but Mini will not let that man get away with murder. Beautiful chase from the TA, and they snipe down that Whisper Sand King. He's going to be forced to buy back, but the Raxes are already dropping here. This TA hits pretty damn hard with the benefit coming out of just a hammer and that pesky little Blightstone. But it looks like with the buybacks, with everybody at attendance, Furia decide to withdraw. I mean, banking in big there. They get the 1 Rax and the tier 3 is still a good chunk of money.
Yeah, playing it safe. They have the Roche that they haven't taken yet, and they have a fantastic roaching lineup with the Beastmaster units, TA, minus armor, and so forth. So, may as well just play it safe here. I think a lot of these players would be pretty happy to snag a win on Beast Coast on their. I mean, obviously it's under some pretty wonky conditions to say the least, but it still feels pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
obviously
something.
not Beast Coast's final form. Oh my goodness, that was hard to watch. Red Monster just gets eviscerated from Mini. Oh! Hits Grandma in her back. She's going to have to get that hip replaced. She is out. Rupture onto Chris Luck. Oh boy. The death sentence is there. The silence lands. That means no time lapse. And suddenly it's 3 down on Beast Coast side. FURIA are in full confidence to go right back to the mid lane. This time they got the Mini Desolator to help finish. Do you just go for tier 4s or do you cut? Let's see what they decide.
Probably just go for top.
Probably just or just leave.
Yeah.
The death timers are still so low. It just
They are.
it's much earlier than it actually feels, just because FURIA are just bowling forward that fast.
Yeah, 17 minutes. You wouldn't think this is 18 minutes in. Well, they go for the smoke on Beast Coast. They don't want to give this Roche away for free.
Yeah.
It's a good place to fight. Choke point, they have gyro, they have clock, they have snap ulti.
They can
But it's
definitely
fast.
contest. But the problem is that FURIA are taking this Roche so damn fast. They may be able to make it just in time. Mortimer kisses and a big stun. Okay. They go in there. Who's getting this Aegis? It's going to be picked up by Red Monster. The Clockwork. He snags up the Aegis somehow. Beast Coast just trying to flap themselves into the fight in some way to make it work. And so far, they're swinging for the fences and somehow finding a chin. But Analog still fighting strong, as we can see, able to rip apart Chris Luck. It's the best thing going for Beast Coast so far. And it definitely pumps the brakes on FURIA's momentum a little bit. But, okay. Stinger, double kill. He shoots down Duster. Analog is waiting for these cogs to go away. But not going to be able to get Snapfire there. All right. Well, based on the recap, still a strong fight for Beast Coast. The best one yet. They're able to snag and deny the Aegis here. It doesn't really pull them back into the game. They would need like 3, 4, 5 more of those fights.
Sure, yeah.
But I guess that's
so.
one step of step 5,
Yeah, they do have the BKB on analog now, so maybe add a couple of more steps to that staircase there.
Yeah.
Dude,
Red
Red Monster. What are you doing? He's got a BKB, dog.
This man has got big metal balls, and he's just throwing them into whatever fight he can. And look at that. He finds a cute little hook out and TP, and he's gone. And Gyrocopter, he's gone too, because Mini has found him and made him pay. Just a quick assassination. Now, Chris Luck here to take the bounty rune. Oh no. Chris Luck roared. Now Mini jumps in and just, oh man, blast down that bug. Get the hell out of here. Another death where he's not going to be able to get the time lapse off. Just that time just blown up so fast. Sexy Fat with the double kill. He's got book 2. Does he have book 3 flying out? Yes, he does. Oh boy.
Like
This is it. They are at their next power peak, if you will. With that
straight down mid they go.
Yeah, with that BKB available, and with that Necro 3, this is as good as it gets for FURIA. And for a team that was about to forfeit out of the series, it looks like they may take game number 1.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, once again, I don't know too much about Mini. I've heard Mini's name thrown around a bit. I think a pretty solid, well-respected player, but definitely Analog is a very good stand-in to get. So I think that's...
Damn.
Although it's not over yet.
They're going to give it all they got. Whisper gets dropped, can't get the ultimate off. Gyro manages to dish out the ultimate. He just has his flat cannon, and he goes down. Not doing enough firepower to deal with how big FURIA are at this moment. Can't handle the BKB. Ooh! That's a 5-man wipe, and both cores still stand. And they're like, well, what do you guys want to do? Well, game number 1's over. It's going to be FURIA. Their stand-ins come in, they play. They're the only 2 alive at the end of this game. And, yeah, all right, we got a game. Beast Coast now just have to somehow find a way to string together a Game 2 win, and we can go to a Game 3. This is a battle for the win, as both these teams are 0-6 in the Pro Series. Obviously, it's been a handicap road for them with the lag issues. But, hey, FURIA, they get that win in game number 1.
Beast Coast have not won a single game, let alone series, surprisingly. I would not have expected that, even with the lag issues. But here I am up in cozy
Yeah,
Canada.
I'm sure they're
You
saying,
know,
well, why don't you come try to play in our conditions and see how hard it is? And I can
yeah,
only imagine. Clearly not Beast Coast final form, not Furia's final form. But in this game, on this day, Furia do take game number one. Nice little setup in their lanes. Caused a little bit of a commotion for Beast Coast on how they wanted to set things up. It looked like Beast Coast had a pretty good idea on what they wanted to get done. Trying to pressure the Bloodseeker at the bottom, but after a little bit of a change-up, things did not work out so well. Also, props to Chris Luck. They put the Weaver in the mid lane. It took it to the TA, was able to have some strong rotations and good kills, but TA just kind of kept her head strong, got what she needed done in the mid lane, and then she was able to really be the big snowball at the end of the day,
yeah.
along with Bloodseeker, of course.
The Bloodseeker, yeah, definitely strong supporting cast. I gotta say, you had the Beast rotations and Roars, and the Grimstroke and Rubik were always there. Like it's these supports got to give shout outs to them as well. Doesn't look as flashy, but definitely they carried for
No,
sure as well.
absolutely. All right. That's game number one. Credit to Furia. It is a best of three after all. So we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, more Beyond the Summit Pro Series action, energized by Red Bull. We'll see you soon.